Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailysheeple.com, and this is your news shot. So, SHTFplan.com has a piece. Chechnya's leader claims Russian Doomsday device is activated. Oh, that's right, because we don't have enough Doomsday devices that have been activated here over the past few years. They're actually like 20, 30 years, 50 years, 60 years, 100 years. I don't know. There's been a whole lot of Doomsday devices. It says Ramzan Kadyrov, the leader of Chechnya, gave a rare interview to a small media outlet in the United States that aired on Tuesday. And what he said is taking many aback. While speaking to HBO Real Sports, weird place to kind of put this stuff out, Kadyrov denied that gay people are humans, that they exist in his region, and that his government regularly detains or tortures them, despite ample reports to the contrary. But that wasn't the news that's riling up the masses, believe it or not. So, you know, normally you'd have people that are like, oh my God, he said what? You know, and of course riots in the streets and everything else because he said gay people are humans, right? So gay people are humans. But listen to this. He said that the country's nuclear arsenal and a Russian Doomsday device has been activated. It says America is not really a strong enough state for us to regard it as an enemy of Russia, he said. He said, we have a strong government and are a nuclear state. Even if our government was completely destroyed, our nuclear missiles would be automatically deployed. We will put the whole world on its knees and screw it from behind. That's what he said on HBO Real Sports. So that comment certainly pushes the left's incense, this whole war with Russia thing in perspective. And so the Chechnyan president said that what he said is probably more accurate than not. Because Russia built a system in the 1980s that could do exactly what he described. It was known as the perimeter system. Bruce Blair, the former U.S. nuclear officer who broke the story of the perimeter system for the New York Times in 1993, told Business Insider that the system works when it detects nuclear explosions. He says only a small crew deep in a bunker has their hand in the otherwise automated system. Essentially, if another country conducts a nuclear attack that would destroy the government of Russia or anything, a 1980s era system would perceive it as a nuclear attack. An automated system would empty Russia's missile silos in an immediate counterattack. Now, Blair's concern is the automation of such a system. And of course, we've talked about AI. And I mean, we've seen the movies, right? Terminator and everything else. And Skynet comes online and we're all dead. Not good. Says one concern is that it's highly automated, and cyber attacks, for example, or other phenomena, natural or man-made, could set it off. Says it's a potential risk of a nuclear accident or attack by Russia. Interestingly enough, you know, our missile silos today, I think they all operate on 5.25-inch floppy disks. I don't think the hacking thing is such a problem, because I don't think they've updated their systems. And good for them for not doing it, because had they updated them, chances are they'd be networked, and chances are they'd be hacked already, and we'd all be dead. So thank God that, you know, our nuclear triad here in the United States and then, you know, over in Russia, they haven't updated it. Because, yeah, like chances are we'd all be dead. But think about that. All it takes is for it to detect it and gone. Off they go. Done deal. All the target packages are loaded. They know where they're going. Done deal. So when I look at systems like this, and I look at the rhetoric that's being spewed by our non-representing representatives in Washington, D.C., I'm comforted knowing that we're not going to war with them at any time. And I'm comforted in knowing that I don't think these people have the gonads to push the red button. So the only thing that can really set this kind of thing off is an accident. And while it's not out of the realm of possibility, I can tell you more people than not, I think, want to live and don't want mutually assured destruction. But that's not the only doomsday device. Because let's be real. Every day you go outside, you look up. Chances are you see grid patterns in the sky. You see lines that go across the sky that don't dissipate. Of course, I'm referring to chemtrails. Or as they're called today in a more politically correct fashion, persistent contrails. All it would take, my friends, is for them to change out what they spray, their nanoparticulate aluminum or barium aerosols, and just change it out with, say, Ebola one day and just psh, and nobody would know the difference, and nobody would know where it comes from, and nobody would know how that disease is deployed and how it got there and who brought it, because it was sprayed on you while you went to work, while the kids went to school. Because it happens every day, and yet we move on, we live on, right? Geoengineering, they call it. One of many things, you know. All it would take is one time, and they can kill millions upon millions of people. So you already have a doomsday device deployed here in the United States, other countries around the world. Then you have HAARP. HAARP utilizes Tesla technology. Tesla claimed he could split the earth in half. That's a pretty big doomsday weapon, if you ask me, if you can split the earth in two. And I kind of believe Tesla and what he says, because I've seen HAARP and what it can do. And I'll tell you what, it's a doomsday weapon. It's already activated. It's already deployed. It's already in use against us. Another use of HAARP, mind control. Along with Gwen Towers, they have huge areas of coverage where they can manipulate the natural frequency that our bodies operate at in harmony with the planet and cause depression, cause all sorts of emotional disturbances. You'll hear voices in your head. Things like that. Another doomsday weapon. They're all around us, folks. And at any point in time, all they have to do is, and it's game over. And I'm comforted in the fact, at least, I think, that no one has the gonads to actually do it. And thank God for that. So I'll be doing this again tomorrow. And I invite you to subscribe to thedailysheeple.com. And just remember that with all of these threats and everything else that we face, we have to keep putting out that positive vibe, that light and that energy that they don't like, because they feed on fear. They feed on darkness. They thrive on it. They being the powers that shouldn't be. And we cannot cave into that fear. And we have to be the change that we want to see in the world. And the only way to do that, my friends, is to stay positive and be those light bearers. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's news shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. Have a great day.